All right, I got something brand new to show you. You may have seen me going down I-95 with this, or you may not have, or you may in the future. The brand new by Dr. Jack of CompacTENNA. This is the Perfect CB. That's the name of the model. Perfect CB 11-meter antenna for mobile or base. And we're going to show you this right now, the space age. Wow, this is crazy. What is this? Well, let me show you about this antenna. So here it is, 69 inches in length. The CompacTENNA Perfect CB. That's the model. And they also make one just like this called the Perfect 10 for 10 meters. This, I'm going to get close up here. This is made by Dr. Jack at CompacTENNA, and this is 100% USA made, 100% tested in the US, 100% stainless steel, including the little 3/8 set screws for the whip into the ferrule here, which are also 100% stainless steel, even down to the nut on the bottom in the washer. That's a big deal because a lot of antennas that are made these days are, 100% stainless steel, whatever, but you find out that the little screws in the end, little Allen set screws, once they rust in there, they corrode, you can't get your Allen wrench in there, you strip it off and there you go, the antenna is useless. Dr. Jack was really smart in putting these because of, outside elements and stuff. You have something you can put a wrench on, or even vice grips. If for some reason over years it were to get stuck in there, you can get those out, right? Very good job, Dr. Jack. A lot of antennas don't have that. They always have the set screws, But hand tested, hand tuned, hand designed in the United States of America. So right there, you can't tell me anything bad about the construction of this. This is not a Chinese or any kind of third world country made antenna that you're going to waste your money on, okay? Now, with that being said, why did Dr. Jack decide to make an antenna like this? What is the mad scientist up to now? Well, Dr. Jack knows just as much as I do that over the course of my lifetime, since 9 years old, 11 meters has been near and dear to my heart. 11 meters is also absolutely on fire. In my vehicle, with my little Tar Heel, I can run it up and down to HF bands and stuff. You can even get on 11 meters and talk across the world on 11 meters right now. It's hopping. It has been. If you don't take it from me, take it from other companies who have started stocking 11-meter radios. Why? Because 11 meters is crazy right now, and it's on fire, okay? A lot of good conversations on there. And for those who say, oh, a bunch of cursing, go to 7.2 megahertz on 40 meters. Do it. Go to 7.205, because the people that were tired of cussing on 7.2 went to 7.205 and they're cussing. So, I mean, come on. The HF has polluted bands all over the place. I've talked to more educational people on 11 meters than I have on any other bands sometimes, okay? So, not downing ham radio, but this space age design coil, a lot of people said, and I'll show you a little clip here, a lot of people said, what's this going to be like in the vehicle when you're going down the road at 70 miles an hour? Well, I did that. And it worked fine. They also said, well, what happens if you smack this thing on a tree? Well, I've smacked every other antenna on a tree, although this is pretty big, and I can tell you, if you're going to be going through drive-thrus every day, probably not the best idea. What kind of mount would you want this on? Well, I'll show you what I have it on. The Diamond K400 mount, tri-axis on the door. That's what I use for my little Tar Heel, but I took that off and put this on. So that's how this is mounted on here. So I'm going to need to get another. I'm going to put the Tar Heel back here and get another one of these K400s for the other side, because you just can't have too many antennas on your vehicle. Okay, and I'm going to put this on the truck. Okay, I'm going to look at it through my Rig Expert antenna analyzer, and I'm going to show you the tune and the SWR on this thing. Okay, but man, looking at this is really, really, really cool. As Dr. Jack called it, performance like a base station on wheels. I love it. I love it. A Wilson, a lot of times these K40s and K80s or whatever, those antennas are not made like they used to be. And when they tell you, 5,000 watts power, 10,000 watts power handling, well, I can tell you, I've smoked a K400 with a 200-watt Texas Star amplifier. I've done it several times. Those antennas are not like they used to be in the 80s. A lot of them are just, you open it up and you look at it, it's like somebody did a piss poor job gluing it together. Water was all in there. This right here is actually something you're not going to see destruction like that with quality like this. I mean, it's really, really impressive, man. You're going to be noticed with something like this. And if you wanted to put this on a base station, like at your house, you could do that too. 3/8 by 24 mounting right here, all right? So you could use this with any 3/8 by 24 mount. I use it with the Diamond K40 axial mount. And, you know, this is definitely something that a lot of people are interested in. All right, with my rig expert and only taking off maybe 1.5 1.75 inches that I clipped off the radiator, you can see if I sweep this right here. Okay, we're looking at about 1.5 to 1. You know, if I go like this here, if I go to our meter, right? I mean, that's pretty good. All right, so 27.4 is 1.6. 26.9, 1.5. So we're right there. 27.185, roughly 1.5 to 1. That's not bad at all. So yeah, looking at the SWR meter on the radio, 1.4, not bad. Hello, 1.4. So right about what the rig expert said. So that's about right where I want it. All right, so I got the paper here. We'll look at the paper and see just what it says here. CB perfected with model perfect CB, ultimate CB performance. Novel engineering, quality machining, and skillfully handcrafted. Each antenna is precisely tuned and tested in the United States. Mount on a vehicle at a sensible location appropriately with a variety of 3/8 by 24 thread sturdy mount type, mount available on the market. Limit horizontally adjacent near field parasitic interaction. Keep antenna substantially above nearby metal, right? Here's your SWR, nominal, less than 2.1, often 1.1 to 1.5. That's exactly what I got on my vehicle. Your vehicle may vary, or your application. You may get better than me. 7 dB mean effective gain in the dynamic obstructed environments of the world we live in. With CompacTENNA's perfect CB, diverse electromagnetic fields, phase diversity, and same and orthogonal polarizations, elliptical polarization. Wow. Maximum power rating 500 watts. All right. Each antenna is quality checked and tuned, and blah blah blah. So there is, here's the website under the description in the video. You can check that out and see. DX Engineering and Ham Radio Outlet will be stocking this antenna. So check out their websites, DX Engineering and HRO, to purchase the CompacTENNA Perfect CB or the Perfect 10. So I have this actually hooked up to just to listen outside here in case you're wanting a base application. You know, for instance, I'm just using this on a half-working Traeger like I've done in the past with some antennas. And here's the CompacTENNA Perfect CB right here. You can actually listen to this if you're in maybe a HOA and you want to have this on a backyard. You can hear the signals coming in right behind me, I think. But remember, when you're tuning this thing, you want to tune it for your application. The SWR is slightly higher here than it is on the truck because I tuned it on the truck. So you're going to want to make sure if you're going to use it base application or maybe, on a pole mount or something at your house, you tune it for where it's going to be, and that's it. You don't want to, me tuning it on the truck is not going to be the same performance as clipped here, but it does work. I'm going to make another video. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go down to the river. We call that God's amplifier or God's ground plane. And you sitting on that river, I mean, I'll talk all over Europe, Australia. I'll talk anywhere on this thing with a CB radio and over the water. It's always better. But the CompacTENNA Perfect CB. First time you've ever seen this, and it was right here on this channel. And if you don't like what you saw, unsubscribe and never watch again, because there's gonna be a lot more CB stuff on this channel coming soon to a screen near you. 7-3.